Hello and welcome, wonderful people. In this video, I explore the topic of being a Jamaican father in the modern era. I'll be discussing the challenges and failings, highlighting triumphs and complimenting the wonderful dads out there, as I delve into the impact of fathers on families, children and the wider society. In our rapidly changing world, the role of one individual has evolved beyond the once rudimentary and rigid position it used to be. There was always a need for change, but now more than ever, the cries for an updated skill set, new perspectives, and a more interactive and conversational approach have reached crisis levels. Gone are the days when fathers could focus solely on being hunter-gatherers or providers for their families. Today, fathers must be actively engaged in all aspects of parenting, while striving to strike a balance between their working, social, and family life. Yet the absence of many Jamaican fathers in their children's lives is a crisis long in the making. Far too many children are suffering, families are struggling, and the wider society bemoans the devastating effects of fathers missing in action. Now, that is not to say Jamaica's rampaging crime statistics involving teenagers and young adult males are solely on the shoulders of absent fathers. However, numerous studies have shown children whose fathers are not actively engaged in their lives are more likely to face emotional, social, and educational challenges. In the 1980s, when I was a child growing up in my rural community, single-parent mothers led a large percentage of homes. Regrettably, that hasn't changed for the better today. But in the past eras, those strong and resourceful women who raised their children alone did so in entirely different circumstances. Back then, our communities were bound by the golden mantra: it takes a community to raise a child. And as many of you who are adults today can lovingly recall, the togetherness that existed then help to nurture you as you grow. Sadly, that is a thing of the past, and another reminder that the places, morals and values for which we were once known and lauded are now woefully lacking. Let us now look at how the absence of fathers who actively do their part has led to profound consequences. Fathers are missing from homes and their children's lives for many reasons. Some are away for work, financial and migratory purposes. Yet even they have a vital role to play. Others are present, actively playing a part, yet lack the adjustments needed to raise children in a modern world. Far more disturbing, a lot are imprisoned. And even worse, some are like wayward farmers, scattering their seeds to the wind and moving on without concern for those left behind. Unfortunately, the children are the ones who suffer most, especially the boys, who are growing up without critical guidance, advice and discipline that should be led and upheld by their fathers. A young boy's first hero is his dad whenever he's present. So fathers, as their first role models, you have a significant responsibility. You should be there not only during their childhood and teenage years, but all lifelong. Being a father is a lifelong role. Now, the consequences of this crisis are ever present, as the statistics of teenage boys and young adult males involved in crime and murders skyrocket. There is a desperate need for Jamaican fathers to get involved in the solution process. Men, we cannot sit back and allow our sons to destroy themselves and others. Being a father is not like a shirt you can take off and cast aside. You are needed in your children's lives. Forget the disagreements with the mothers, or the fact that you are no longer together. That is not an excuse to evade your responsibility. So how can failing fathers make amends? A large part of the process requires a change in mentality. Mothers and fathers need to break free of past societal norms, redefine masculinity, and accept their failings. For without acceptance of error, there is no reason or willingness to change. Think about it. If you weren't trained for a task and suddenly you had to do it, especially one complex with many dimensions, how would you fare? Being a good parent isn't something you are born knowing how to do. No, you learn on the job. So forget being macho or the I know it already mentality. There are skills to gain and levels to achieve. And please, if you are only doing the financial bit and buying gifts, that is like going to work and leaving after completing less than a quarter of your shift. Before we move into the next phase, if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, show your love by doing so. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and share the video with friends and relatives. As the more people hear this message, the greater the impact will be. Let us now look at several tips on how fathers can navigate the complexities of modern parenting and be more engaged and effective in their children's lives. Talk to your kids. Establish open lines of communication early. Speak about life, values, and actions, as well as the roles they are to play in their families and the wider society. Listen to your children. Spending quality time listening creates greater bonds of trust and allows you to impart the necessary values and morals children need to become good adults. One way to achieve this is by sharing parenting duties in a situation where both parents are not together. Lead by example. Every child needs guidance, love, discipline, and positive motivation, and who better to do this than you? Quite often when asked, many fathers will say, I don't want my child to have the same bad habits I do. So step up. Be the role model your child will emulate instead of the wrong examples they can easily find elsewhere. Get involved in their education. It is proven that more children with better educational outcomes eventually lead more positive and beneficial lives for their families and communities. So be more active in their education. Visit their schools, speak to their tutors, ask about their lessons, and engage with your kids as they navigate the rigors of school. By showing you are interested, it gives them more impetus to do well. Show them you love them. A large percentage of Jamaican males grew up under the banner, men should be tough, they don't show emotion. This has led to fewer fathers displaying affection openly or otherwise towards their children, especially their sons. So be the change. Ignore the talks, sneers or jeers, and raise your children with the knowledge that you love them affectionately. Remember, everything you teach them now is what they'll pass on later. Learn new parenting strategies. Today's children need fathers who are willing to unlearn. Yes, you heard that right. Unlearn and relearn. Unlearning or throwing away the shackles of what you believe is right, even when it produces no results. Parenting is an evolving process, so only those who are prepared to learn new things, adapt to changing times, and break old-time stereotypes are ready for the challenge of raising children today. Remember, new problems need new solutions. Keep your promises. This isn't always easy or possible every time, but keeping your word ensures your children feel and see that they are the most important part of their life, and they will learn the value of doing the same thing. Be there for them. A large part of why young men get caught in the web of criminality is a lack of leadership, good advice, and guidance. Fathers, it is your role to groom them correctly, to show them the right path, the positive ways to solve disagreements, and how to navigate life from a child to an adult. Remember the adage? Train up a child in the way they should grow, so that when they are grown, they will not depart from it. It is your call to action, so get active and make a difference today. Know their friends and the things they like to do, the activities they like to do. A father who knows his children's friends has a greater understanding of the influences and pressures those children will face amongst their peers. If you identify wrong or negative influences, get involved immediately. It is always better and easier to deal with things at the onset than when they are cemented. Do more together. Utilize relationship bonding activities such as sharing their hobbies, fishing, watching movies, or even taking a hike through a nearby park or woodland. Not only will you gain valuable time with them, but the memories you create will last them and be replayed when they have children of their own. And please, stay in their lives. You are not only needed now, but you will be needed later. The advice and guidance your children require continue long after they become 18 and over. So be the force within their lives that influences them to good actions, positive values and attitudes. Now, all this is not to say that all Jamaican fathers are failing. Thankfully, there are plenty who are flying the banner of excellence. These are the men who devote their lives to seeing their children grow and develop the right way. They sacrifice daily to ensure their kids live happy, healthy, and successful lives. Nevertheless, as a beloved tutor once told me, I'll never give you a mark of 100%, or you'll believe there is no room for improvement. So whilst not all Jamaican fathers are failing, as many do go above and beyond what is normally expected, it is important for every father to remain steadfast and seek ways to get better. Now, what are some of the benefits to children whose fathers are engaged in their lives? Improve educational outcomes. Children with fathers active in their education have fewer behavioral issues at school and regularly attain better grades and outcomes. Increase emotional intelligence. Kids with involved fathers develop stronger emotional stability and intelligence as they benefit from the additional support and guidance. Greater self-confidence and resilience. Confident children lead better lives. They are more proactive and do more to attain goals beyond their peers. They are also better equipped to resist the negative influences around them. Enhance social skills. Engaged fathers help their children develop better social skills. And being an involved dad provides opportunities for social interactions and models healthy relationships. Problem solving. Fathers who actively participate in their children's lives help them attain crucial skills. Skills such as critical thinking, which is needed for solving issues. It also teaches children the value of being resilient, patient, and forgiving as they grow up in more supportive environments. Last but not least, coping ability. Active fathers teach children how to adapt to and navigate challenges. This will later help them deal with problems they face as growing teenagers and adults. Oftentimes, it is the inability to see or devise solutions that lead children to make wrong decisions. Now, as we conclude our journey, one thing is clear. The role of the Jamaican father is even more crucial today in the shaping of future generations and the country as a whole. So fathers, by being more actively involved, you'll contribute to the well-being and success of your children and ultimately create a more harmonious and productive society. I leave you with the following. From today onwards, let us step up to the plate, for it's never too late to make amends. Do the right thing. Never forget or evade your responsibility. Embrace your role. Being a good father is your most important contribution to your children's lives. So cherish every moment and be the force of good, shaping a future where every child and family can thrive. Thank you all for watching my video. Remember to like and share the content, and do subscribe as your support is greatly appreciated and invaluable to the growth of this mission. Cheers, catch you next time.